All right, what's going on, everyone? How is it going? Oh man, clear the throat, gotta get ready, gotta get prepared. We are back yet again looking for the shiny Tepig. It is a day in, day out. Is that the phrasing? Day in, day out? Yeah, I said so slow I forgot if I was saying the correct thing. This is a day in, day out endeavor. We are just here time and time again. We're 17k on the dot, encounters deep, and we are primed and ready to get this dang pig. I'm primed and ready every single time we come through here. But yeah, every single day, the hype builds, the anticipation gets grander, bigger, and I'm freaking ready. I'm tired of not having a shiny Tepig. I say it every time. I say it every single stream, but I mean that's because it holds true every single stream. We've been at this for way too long. I'm ready to move on and really start capturing. I mean, we've already got a decent number of shinies for Shiny Living Dex, but I'm ready to really start capturing some other full odd shinies. You know, we've had 3 other full odd shinies that have come through for us really quickly, and that was great. But I'm starting to feel like the good karma for those is really hurting us here. And I would kind of like to just balance everything out and get this bad boy, and we can move on to something else a little, you know, just as fun. And that's as much as, you know, this is as much fun as we're going to have for a Black 2 Shiny Living Dex. You know, we are not in Legends Arceus, we're not in Scarlet and Violet, we're not doing all fancy schmancy different types of hunts and encounters and this, that, the other. It's a lot of soft resetting, and eventually going to be a lot of breeding, but it's neither here nor there. We are here right now. Get everything. I think we are all good, right? I'm gonna make sure we are good over here. I didn't actually check this, but I think so. We are fine and dandy. Yes, looks like it. All right, in here, yep, we are all good. Okay, we're good to keep going. But yeah, what was I talking about? What was I thinking about? What was I doing? I guess I was really just rambling about the freaking pig. Rambling about the pig and rambling about other shiny hunts, which I mean, in reality, I don't have that many shiny hunts planned out. You know, I've got a few that are ongoing. Besides for this, we got the shiny gods, we got Eevee, we got Victini. I do kind of technically have Thundurus and Tornadus at the ready as well. The only issue with those is that if I start up that hunt, then I can't continue the Victini hunt, because like once you start up the Tornadus Thundurus hunt, you are locked in that until you get the shinies. It is not a hunt that you can just leave and come back to, unfortunately. So really, I would say we got the Victini hunt. That's one of the ones we do have on the docket, along with Eevee and the gods. Do I have anything else on? I guess I do still have Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan at the ready available if we ever want to pick that back up. But to be honest, I'm not really feeling like that's the kind of hunt I want to continue. I think I got a little overzealous because I was just thinking about like, oh, what are some static encounter Pokemon that you can get in like Fire Red, Leaf Green? And I thought about the Fighting Dojo, and I was like making, you know, thumbnails using TCG arts and stuff, and I went through and I found some like Kamiya artworks for matching in the same set, you know, matching Kamiya artworks for Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. I was like, oh, these will look really cool on a thumbnail together. I think I got a little overzealous and then was like, well, I mean, it is just Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, so some of these hunts might just be better served to do offline. You know, some breeding hunts, some of the less interesting Pokemon, probably not worth our time here on stream. Those are probably ones that I can just handle off stream, just record the hunts, and we get a shiny, we get a shiny. But yeah, then I guess I'm looking over, what else do I have? I need to progress my copy of English Soul Silver some more. I need to get that all the way through so I can we can eventually get around to doing Lugia and Ho-Oh, because that was something I had on the brain, and I was working on, but then I got sidetracked, and now I'm trying to make it through my copy of Black 2 so that we can start breeding and stuff, so we can get the shiny charm, all that good jazz. Then after I get my English copy of Soul Silver progressed all the way through, I then need to also get a copy of Japanese Soul Silver and Japanese Heart Gold progressed all the way through as well. And then eventually I really do need to pick up a copy of English Heart Gold so I can have just the quartet ready available, so we can do Lugia, Ho-Oh, potentially some other hunts. I mean, you can get Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza in those games as well. So it might be worth doing the hunts in Heart Gold Soul Silver as opposed to Ruby Sapphire Emerald. Just because Ruby Sapphire Emerald do have that like awkward RNG seed issue thing. It's mostly Emerald that has the issue. Ruby and Sapphire have the issue if your battery's dead, which the batteries in all 4 of my copies are. So I either just need to commit to, well, I did buy Japanese Ruby and Sapphire for this, so I probably should just commit to changing the batteries out on those. That way I can just do like a, you know, I would like to do the shiny hunts for legendaries in their home generation if possible. There are some of them that I won't be doing that in, so like the Reggies or like the Lake Spirits, I will not be hunting in the original Gens 3 or Gen 4, just because I can get them in Generation 5 in Black 2, White 2 and have the Shiny Charm, make my odds a bit better. So hunts like that we will do in outside their home games. But Pokemon like, you know, Rayquaza, stuff like that, ones that you cannot hunt in Black 2, White 2 with the Shiny Charm, I should definitely try and do them in their home generation. Probably won't be doing any shiny hunting in Emerald. I think the only Pokemon I will even consider shiny hunting in Emerald is the Mew, unavailable Mew, but like the only real way to shiny hunt Mew I'll be doing on Emerald, just because like technically, I mean, I think technically you could, I don't actually know. Could you actually do that hunt on Ruby and Sapphire? And it was just like officially only ever released for Emerald, or I haven't looked into the fine details of a lot of this stuff because there's 649 Pokemon to plan out and try and get eventually. So, you know, I got a lot of details swirling around in my brain that I haven't quite worked out. Well, we'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. I go through little spurts. I'll work on my spreadsheet for all this, like really diligently for like 2 or 3 days, really get everything prepared and start getting a plan for what I'm going to do for a lot of things. And then I don't touch it for a month and then come back and work on it for 2 or 3 days. And yeah, it's kind of so goes it's just my work schedule in general for a lot of things. Work on it hard for a couple days and then don't touch it for a few weeks and then come back to it. And it's a vicious cycle. But it has gotten me through life so far, so I guess I won't be changing it anytime soon. Oh, excuse me. Excuse them law. Then outside of shiny hunting, tomorrow we got the good old Pokemon Presents for Pokemon Day. It'll be Pokemon Day in a little over 5 hours here for me. So that'll be pretty sweet. I doubt I will, definitely, not even a doubt, I will not be staying up till midnight, but, you know, in a couple hours it will be Pokemon Day, in fact, and what that is, 29 years since Pokemon first came out, which is kind of crazy. It is kind of wild that this series is almost 30 years old, 3 decades, and yet it's still going strong, still popping off. People still love the series. And presumably as long as they keep making, oh shoot, I mean, Scarlet Violet, I don't even know if you can consider them good games. Like, maybe at their core they are good games, but like, technically speaking, to like the glitches and everything, you know, story-wise and like the premise of it, not, you know, it's pretty cool. Pretty solid games, but if they can merge having a good game with good technical specs, then, you know, then we could see, you know, I feel like we're already in a golden age of Pokemon. You know, Pokemon had the whole 90s, early 2000s boom when it was, you know, global phenomenon. I don't know if it's quite the same kind of hype now, but like, it's because it's probably so ingrained in the culture. It doesn't feel like it's like a new entity, a new craziness to have come about. It's just kind of like, it's just a thing that is here that we know about, that we have. And so even if it is like more popular than ever, which it's hard to say, because, you know, like obviously Pokemon cards are going crazy right now, but is that really because Pokemon cards are that popular, or is it because there are people out there who can think they can make a shitload of money off of Pokemon cards, and so therefore, you know, they're buying up stock and they're driving up demand? Like, is Pokemon actually that popular, or are people just artificially inflating the popularity of the cards because they're like, oh, I can make a quick, easy buck if I buy all this stuff and then sell it online. But I think if Generation 10, if Pokemon Legends ZA and Gen 10 really deliver on some good games, I think we are primed and ready for Pokemon to continue their dominance. By dominance, I mean just making a shitload of money. Most profitable or highest earning, you know, most valuable media franchise of all time. I don't see them giving up that title anytime soon. I imagine they will keep printing this money until they cannot any longer. But that is something I said the other day on Monday, I need to set an alarm, set something up so that I don't forget that Pokemon Presents is happening tomorrow, because I can just see it. I will probably forget. Now, you know, if something comes up for work and I'm just too busy and I can't sit down and actually watch it when it happens live, I'll just have to make sure I avoid any and all, you know, avoid YouTube, avoid Blue Sky, like avoid any and all spoilers I can until I can actually sit down and watch the Presents myself. Which will be tough because I'm pretty sure the Presents are on YouTube, and so I'll have to go through the potential spoiler gauntlet of YouTube to get to the... Well, we'll see how that all works out for me tomorrow. But I'm quite looking forward to it. I think it'll be a big bang. I think they're gonna really shock us. Actually, hold on one second. I feel like something is not right here. Hold on. Huh. What is going on here? Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. Sure. Okay, I think I'm good now. That was strange. I don't know what happened there. Let's close this for a second, then open it back up. Alright, think I am good to go. Got everything squared away. Well, technical difficulties, but we are A1 right now. We're A1. Okay. Get back to it. Did not have chat properly pulled up for me to look at. I looked up at, I have this, like, you know, little program that merges the two different chats, and I looked up and I didn't notice the YouTube icon, and I was like, wait, where's chat for that? And for some reason I was not logged in, even though it was supposed to auto connect for the login. But you know, whatever. Technology, you love it, hate it, best friend, the greatest thing in the world. Sometimes it just don't work right, and it can be absolutely infuriating. I think nothing gets me more heated than when Adobe doesn't want to freaking work for me at work. I'll just have random times where I'm trying to, you know, work on a PDF, look over a PDF, something like that. And just out of nowhere, Adobe's just like, hey, you know how you like to click control and zoom in so you can kind of zoom into stuff and see things? Well, how about that doesn't work anymore and you can't zoom at all? And, you know, scrolling the wheel just moves the pages up and down. And oh, you want to move this text box around? We don't want to. Well, I don't want to do that right now. And it's like, oh, fun, thanks. I don't know why that happens occasionally. It's like I got to close all my windows and then open it back up, the PDF, and then it's like, oh, I work now. And it's like, why'd you stop working to begin with? What went wrong? And if I'm working on something that's like a pressing issue, like got to get it done as soon as possible, or like last Thursday I was working on something, I had to get out of the, I had to get it done so I could leave to go to the doctor, and friggin' Adobe was being slow as shit, because it just insanely slow. And then, yeah, on top of that, just didn't want to like move the text box around like I wanted it to, just wouldn't zoom in. I was like, what the frick are we doing right now? And then like saving took forever, and yeah, got me all frustrated before going out the door. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, hello, Ryder. What you doing? You just come in here to hang out? He just came to inspect the place. He was like, yes, my daily walk around the house and inspect the rooms. Yes, all looking good, all looking good. No intruders. We're all fine here. He's just wondering about, he's like, where is the fun? Where do I go to have a good time? Boom, boom, boom. Really, outside of the Pokemon Day presents, I don't feel like I got much going on in my personal life, you know, outside of trying to work out how I'm going to make, you know, content like streams and videos and stuff. Like, I'm really, personal life is pretty dull at the moment since football's over. We're not really doing much at the moment. You know, we're going on a vacation in April, so for the next like month and a half, 2 months, we're not really doing a whole lot on our weekends. Well, I guess that's not entirely true. We do have a couple weekends of doing some things related to our wedding planning, so I guess we do have that going on. This weekend, not a thing. I'm gonna do some lawn work this weekend. So, you know, I'm getting old. Like, I'm ever so close to 30, about to turn 29. I'm getting to the point where I'm like actively thinking out during the week, like, oh yes, on Friday when I have the day off, I'm gonna go to Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm gonna buy some weed and seed, and I'm gonna get some mulch, and you know, I'm gonna do some yard work. I'm gonna start working on the yard before, right as spring is rolling on in. It's just like, dear God, I'm getting old. I'm actively choosing to do yard work. Now, granted, it's mainly because I don't want to deal with the HOA getting on my ass and being annoying. It's the main reason. I do kind of take pride in the yard looking good. It kind of does, you know, when you actually put in the work and you start to see like, oh, look, the grass is green. There's no weeds, looking real solid. You know, you're looking at your neighbor's houses like, oh, y'all's yards aren't looking as good as mine. Oh, look at me. There's a little bit of pride to take in getting it done, but nah, it's mainly just because it's like, I don't want the HOA bothering me. I also don't want my rental company bothering me. So, because when the HOA is like, oh, hey, you need to do this to your house, it's out of code or whatever, my bobber. They send it to our leasing company, and the leasing company's like, hey, you have 3 days to get this done or else. You know, the HOA is like, hey, you should really get this done. And the leasing company is like, we will charge you out the ass if you don't do this immediately. Prepare to pay all the fees. And it's like, okay, cool, thanks. Like, one time I was out of town when we had just gotten to Emily's parents' place, like Friday mid-afternoon. And they sent out an email like, hey, you have some stuff on the side of your house. We really need you to wash it off. And it's like, oh, okay. I didn't even notice that. It's like way up near the roof, like almost out of, you know, eyesight of anyone who would normally be paying attention. But they saw it. And it's like, well, we have 3 days. We're not going to be getting back until like late Sunday. So I can't do it Sunday. I'm going to have to do it, you know, early Monday. Because that's the only time I have to do it before like the deadline, and they go crazy charging us. Well, of course, what's happening on Monday? It's raining. So I have to go out in the rain and power wash the side of my house in the rain. Probably look like an absolute moron. Like, it is currently raining and you are spraying a hose on the side of your house. Yeah. But it was the only option I had. Luckily, it wasn't a heavy rain. It was like a light rain, but still. Was rather annoying. Rather annoying indeed. Okay, why is my one game not responding? What are we doing? What are we doing? Bring the chair down a little bit. Get a little tiny bit situated. AG Kuma, is this sped up? No, it is not. This is not sped up at all. This is 100% real speed. But what up, what up? How's it going? Thanks for dropping on in. I appreciate it. Oh, and thanks for the follow. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. No, you're all good. I am playing this on no, this is all on a real hardware. This is all 4 DSs. You know, I have a wireless receiver like controller, but just 4 regular DSs hooked up to my computer right here with just basic capture cards. But good. Sometimes I kind of wish it was sped up. I've been here for 8 months trying to find this freaking pig, so honestly, I wouldn't mind if it was sped up a little bit. I gotcha. Yeah, I bounce back and forth. For like the shiny hunting, I'm doing it on, well, at least for this, I have, there's some other shiny hunting I do just casually for fun that I will do on an emulator, but for like this big project of a Shiny Living Dex, I'm doing it on official hardware. Mainly because I want to complete the Living Dex on an official game. So having it on the computer on an emulator is, not going to help me there. I guess I could technically port over the save file or something from the computer over onto the cartridge if I knew how. I'm not a super tech savvy person, so playing the game on an emulator and then transferring it over to I hope I can actually get through into the battle there. Transferring the save from my computer to physical cartridge is not something I actually know how to do. But yeah, I feel ya. When I first started this whole journey, I just had my webcam pointed at 2 DSs. I just had my little basic webcam just sitting here on my desk. I had 2 DSIs sat down in front of me, and it was just me, a webcam, well, 2 webcams because I had my face cam and then the one on the desk, and then a microphone just hanging out. But I decided to kind of spruce up the layout a little bit, spruce up the setup. Also, having 4 DSs to go at one time for these hunts is very nice. Much better than 2. One might say it's twice as fast. But yeah, I feel you there. It is getting a tad bit warm here as well. It is getting warm. We went out on a walk not too long ago, and nice little balmy, I don't know, what do you call it? High 60s, low 70s, something like that. Nice t-shirt, shirt weather. During the day, I wouldn't say it was hot, I did go out for lunch during the middle of the day with a a hoodie on, but usually multi-hunt, but you're in Soul Silver and White. Okay, very nice. What you looking for in those games? I've done 2 starter hunts in Soul Silver. I've done Totodile and Syndical, and I managed to get both of them first try. Well, I guess the Totodile wasn't, I was just trying to get any starter in Soul Silver. I happened to get Totodile. I already had Chikorita, so then I went for Cyndaquil next, and somehow managed to get Cyndaquil too. Oh, nice! You got your 3rd capture card. Very cool. Very cool. Pokepart limited edition. Oh wow, that is that's the blue one, right? That's the blue, kind of like the original, you know, Fat DS, the blue one. I've been wanting to get one of those for a minute. Those are pretty cool. You're hunting Riolu and Lugia. Very nice. Very nice. You guys, are you doing wild encounters in the ranch for Riolu? Or are you breeding? Oh, I guess, actually, no, you're in white. So you're in what, Challenger's Cave then? You're not in white too. So are you in Challenger's Cave? That's what it's called, right? You can get Riolu in there. Okay, I gotcha. Brow now. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any 3DS capture cards. Which I don't really need them. I don't play really any games past Generation 5 anyways, so I don't really need a 3DS capture card. Since I'm not playing Gen 6 and onward, but maybe one day. Right now, though, Gens 3, 4, and 5 are what I mainly focus on. Eyes getting heavy. Goodness. I always feel like I'm so full of energy when I start to stream, and then like, I don't know, I just I think the tiredness from the day when I sit down and just kind of like get situated for all this, I think it just hits me and I'm like, oh goodness, I am actually kind of sleepy. But you play X and Y all the time. Very nice, very nice. Out of all the 3D games, those were definitely my favorite ones. You know, that X and Y and Oris are perfectly fine to me. I played those a lot way back when they came out. I haven't touched them in a minute, but when they came out, I put a lot of time into them and I enjoyed them. It's really like Sun and Moon onward that I just haven't like been too crazy about. In fact, just way back when X and Y and Oris came out, was that was really the last time I did any major shiny hunting, was in X and Y and Oris. I shiny hunted like a decade ago, just casually for fun on my own. And then 10 years later, I decided, hey, I'm gonna start doing it on stream, but in Generation 5 instead. Well, Generation 3, 4, and 5. You like BDSP? I couldn't quite get into it. I got Brilliant Diamond on release day, and I tried playing it, but I don't know. Base Diamond and Pearl are not my favorite games to play, so BDSP was kind of just a rehashing of that. Like, if I'm going to play through Gen 4, I kind of just would rather play through Platinum, personally. But I don't think BDSP are quite as bad as a lot of people make them out to be. They definitely have their flaws, but, like, I don't think they're the worst thing ever. Yeah, I'm moderately hyped for ZA, but that's mainly because I never played Legends Arceus. Despite owning the game, I've never actually played Legends Arceus. I bought it and just never... I didn't open it for like 9 months, and I finally opened it, and again, I've just never played it. But before ZA comes out, I'm going to make it a point to sit down and actually play through Legends Arceus. But I'm definitely very interested to see what all is released tomorrow. I definitely want them to reveal some pretty cool stuff for ZA tomorrow. XY Kalos Quest. XY is the reason I'm in the Pokemon Smart. Pokemon Quest. I don't know if I've ever met anyone that actually played Quest. In fact, I don't even really know if I know how the gameplay of Quest works. I can picture the little like cube dudes, the little cube Pokemon in my head. That is Quest, right? Is that what I'm thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of the game. XY Kalos. I was thinking you were saying XY dash Kalos and then going into Quest dash XYZ. My bad. Seconds. Okay, I haven't watched the Pokemon anime since the Diamond and Pearl era, so it's been a solid while for me since I've watched any of the anime. Okay, so you actually have played Quest. I gotcha. I mean, yet again, I don't actually know anyone who's played Quest before, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I've never been a huge side game player. I've mostly been focused on the main games. Yeah, I've played stuff like Coliseum in the past and pinball. That's really about it. I've never played Pokemon Snap, really. I might have played the OG one way back in the day, like once or twice, but that's about it. Quest was your second game ever as well? Okay. First was Pokemon Silver. You hated Pokemon Silver. Interesting. Why was that? Crystal was my first game. I got Crystal way back in like 2001, something like that, when I was 5. That was my first game. And it's still, you know, in my top. Black 2, White 2 are my favorite games now, but Crystal is my second favorite. I love me some Gen 2. Oh, I got you. Okay. Yeah, I think when I first got Crystal, I don't think I got past, not Whitney herself, the Sudowoodo. I think I eventually beat Whitney at some point. But yeah, I was a dumb kid, so I could never figure out how to get Sudowoodo to move out of the way. You know, it's like as easy as just talking to people. You know, you just got to talk to enough people and they'll tell you, or they'll give you the little squirt bottle or whatever, but for some reason, I just couldn't figure it out. So I would play the game up until then, and then I'd get bored and be like, well, I can't figure out how to get past the tree, and then I restart. It wasn't until Pokemon Ruby came out that I actually like figured out how to play the games properly, and you know, was old enough to like think think critically and actually read what was going on and be like, okay, this is what I need to do to like get through the game. So I did eventually play all the way through Crystal, but it was after... Actually, I think I beat Crystal for the first time after, like, maybe Fire Red Leaf Green came out or something like that. Like, I had Crystal for a while before I ever actually beat it. Okay, you weren't born. Game Boy Classic, okay. Yeah, my original copy of Crystal and my OG Game Boy Color are gone as well. I unfortunately let my mom sell them back in the day. I did manage to keep and hang on to some of my childhood Pokemon games. It was all my Gen 3 games. Let's see if they're all here. Got most of them up here on my desk. So these are all my childhood copies of Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. So this was the OG. This was the one I got first when it came out, Gen 3 Ruby, and then I eventually got Emerald. I lost this copy of Ruby for a while, so I ended up getting Sapphire to replace it, and then I found Ruby one day. So have these from my childhood, but I don't have my Crystal or like Yellow, unfortunately. I got rid of those. I think I had a copy of Red growing up too that I got rid of. I did eventually reclaim my copy of Yellow and Crystal. They're back here on my bookshelf, but I do not, unfortunately, have my OG ones from my childhood. Yeah, I actually didn't have a classic Game Boy growing up. My first Game Boy was the Game Boy Color. I have a classic Game Boy now, but I don't really ever use it. I kind of just bought it one day at a Second and Charles, just because I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then I, never really truly used it too much. Another 100 encounters down and no shiny to be found. You've never actually gotten a 1 in 8k shiny. Oh geez, wow. How deep are you into your hunts? That's crazy. I didn't get my first 1 in 8k until a few months ago when I got my shiny. Well, actually, no, I guess that's not true. I've gotten a number of 1 in 8,000 before. I got a shiny Chikorita in Soul Silver years back. I've gotten some random shinies here or there over the years. So I guess that's not true. I have found 1 in 8,192 shinies before. Oh, goodness. Jeez, that's crazy. I certainly hope... I mean, I'm well on the way. I'm 17k deep into this Tepig hunt, but I certainly hope I don't have too many, I'll say. Hopefully I don't have too many, whatchamacallits, full odds hunts that go like over 20k. But Janet, thanks for the follow. Appreciate... got tripped up on my words there. Thank you so much. Appreciate the follow. And then Roos, what up, what up? How's it going? Your random shinies only slightly haunt you to this. I'm trying to remember, have you told me what random shinies you've gotten before? I feel like you probably have, and I'm blanking on them. But I feel you there. I think I'm gonna call you, do you want to be called AG or do you want to be called Kuma? If I'm pronouncing that correctly. But I feel you there. This hunt is, if I wasn't live streaming this hunt, I would be very much, I probably would have given up by now. Okay, just call you Akuma or Simon. Okay, I'll go with Akuma because most likely, unfortunately, I'll probably forget that. I don't have the best memory when it comes to certain things, but yeah, I'll go with Akuma. Again, assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hopefully I am. But then, roughly Excadrill and Tranquil. Oh, that's right. You did tell me about Tranquil. Yeah, that was recent with the Tranquil. I don't know if I remember the Rufflet and Excadrill though. You told me about those. But hopefully I pronounced this Reglero? Reglero. Hi, how's it going? Welcome. How's it going? Why so many resets in them? So yeah, it seems like getting a shiny Tepig in Black 2 and White 2 is incredibly difficult. It seems like it is just one of those hunts that really haunts people. Really takes some time. Let's see, Reglero. Try and pronounce that. I might just call you Reg. How about that? I call you Reg. Okay, I gotcha. Well, welcome from Spain. That. Want to try hunting Mew again? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the day I actually get to hunt Mew in these games. They'll be really nice. But then you are 5,200 SRs in. Yeah, I remember when I was 5,000 soft resets deep into this hunt. I was convinced I was going to get it any day. I was like 5,000 deep. This is probably about the time I was expecting 5 to 6k. Sounds about right. Boy, was I wrong. 12,000 encounters later, boy, was I wrong. But yeah, there are a lot of shiny hunts that I'm very much looking forward to. Whenever I get done with this freaking Tepig, hopefully we can start knocking some more of those out, some of the really fun ones. But who knows? I've already been at this for 8 months, so maybe 6 more months and Tepig will still be on the menu, and I'm just gonna be sitting here slamming my head into my desk like, why won't this pig shine for me? I was watching the other night I was watching a YouTube video from Adef. I don't know if any of y'all know I just found his channel recently, ADEF on YouTube, and started watching some of his videos. And he made a video, I guess, a while back about like unlucky shiny hunting stuff and was going over like probabilities and things for the odds of hunts getting to where they are and things like that. And he made some statement that was like, you know, within probability, you know, nothing's impossible. Like just because it hasn't happened you know, doesn't mean it won't. Like it just hasn't happened yet. So, you know, he's like, the way I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but the way he said it had me sitting here like, good Lord, am I going to be that person that has like the first ever 100K shiny Tepig hunt? You know, I'm going to be that person that, like, you know, I'm the yet. It just hasn't happened to anyone yet. And it's like, am I going to be the yet? Am I going to be that super unlucky person that goes on forever looking for a shiny and just never shows? I certainly hope not. Better than farming Lucky Power S like I currently am. I was actually looking into all that the other day. I was reading up on Bulbapedia more about pass orbs and pass powers and all that. So yeah, one day I'll experience all that fun pass orb hunting, but not anytime soon, I imagine. Got a lot of stuff to set up before we get there. But no, I don't think I ever saw 50K for a Froakian XY. No, I don't think I ever heard about that. That's rough though. Like the friggin' resets in X and Y are long. That's rough. The only person I know in soft resetting. Yeah, I've definitely heard of other people taking a while to get like shiny Tepigs in this game. I don't know if, yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone this high though. I've seen people be like, oh, I got a shiny Tepig in like 13,000 or 14,000 to 11K. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen anyone online. I haven't seen that many people online talk about shiny hunting for this in these games, but yeah, certainly we are getting up there. And I mean, we've been getting up there in encounters, but we just continue to climb. Got your shiny Froakian 2605. Yeah, that's pretty good. I could never commit to shiny hunting for the starters in X and Y. That is just too much. Like the cutscene here is long enough, and I don't even think this is as bad as X and Y's cutscene. Yeah, for your sake, I hope that Thundurus doesn't take forever either. I'm hoping when I get around to doing Thundurus and Tornadus, they're really quick. Because yeah, those, at least those, you know, those cutscenes and stuff are like fun. At least when you go through those cutscenes, they're kind of cool. At the very least. You got that going for it. With the animations and all that. Okay, you're good. You're all good. See you in 5. Eight 18 missions. Good Lord. That is a lot. How long is each mission? Like a couple minutes? So what? Is that like an hour or so of grinding to get the Lucky Power S? Oh, 5 minutes? Okay. Or 5 minutes per mission. I thought you were saying 5 minutes in total. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. No, 5 minutes per mission. Yeah, so even longer than an hour. Goodness. Looking at what, like over an hour and a half, at least. But hey, once you get it, you can just like hold on to it and then reset once you've run out of the time, right? Oh, I guess there are worse ways to spend 90 minutes, you know? But I guess considering what the task is, you have to be pretty locked into the game. It's not really something you can do like passively. You can have something on in the background, obviously, but like you gotta like focus on getting the sparkles and all that. Okay, I gotcha. Very fair, very fair. I will do my best to provide good background entertainment. Yeah, I think the intro link is like, I've never even remotely dabbled in Intralink in Black and White, Black 2, White 2. Like, I've played these games so many times, it's never even crossed my mind to like give it a shot. I just have never tried it. And like by the time I really got into these games enough, like the Dream World had already come and gone. Like Dream World wasn't even like a thing anymore, I don't think. I think it had been shut down, or like maybe I probably also just didn't really know about it playing through the games. Just kind of ignored that whole the C gear and all that. Like generally when I play through these games, I just turn the C gear off. I never even think about it. No, Tepig, what you doing to me? It's taking so long, taking so long. Which the Shiny God Hunt is also starting to pick up on the encounters too. I was doing a little bit of that earlier by myself off stream, resetting for Arceus, Giratina, Dialga, and Palkia. Still no Shiny there, and I'm like 7,200 total encounters deep into that hunt. So yeah, that's across like 4 different Pokemon, but you know it's 1 encounter per Pokemon each reset. So that one's getting real close to odds as well. About 1,000 away from hitting odds on that hunt too. I was really hoping today would be like a lucky combination day because I finally have the Emboar Pokemon card back on the mic and I'm wearing my lucky shirt. You know, 2 of the 3 full odd shinies I've gotten, I've been wearing this shirt. So I was hoping today would be a lucky day for Tepig. Maybe I need to, well actually, I don't think I need the little plushy guy. I don't think he was hanging out on the mic when we got those shinies, so I don't think I need him. Well, I thought it was just like, well, I guess it's when you leave that the good luck happens, so. Is the bad luck just from your presence, or like, is it more like the luck can go either way when you're there, but when you leave, it's like guaranteed to happen? Is that, you know? Because I'm sure someone has found a shiny with you like on call or hanging out or something, right? But it's just like, you know, coincidence that you step out and then the shinies come and knocking. But hey, I have faith that we'll break that. We will break that. I will get this shiny Tepig while you're hanging out here in chat. I will make it happen. Let's see. No, I think we're good. Okay. Just thinking about something for a second, but we are all good in the neighborhood. We're A-okay. Oh, so I just randomly thought about this because I looked up at my computer over here. Yesterday might have been yesterday. Yeah, I was playing through my copy of Black 2 because I'm progressing it through for us here, and I got to Victory Road. And I love the entrance to Victory Road in Black 2, White 2. The little like badge checkpoints are really cool. And that big old gate that like collapses on itself when you walk up to Victory Road for the first time is pretty sweet. But I started going through Victory Road of Black 2, and I realized the layouts of Victory Road in Black 2 and White 2 are different. I've never noticed that before. Now, great, like the overall design of Victory Road is the same in Black 2, White 2, but like the way you have to maneuver through the area is different. They like change the path around. They like add certain bridges or like take away bridges in certain parts. So like at White 2, you kind of go through in like a U shape from left to right. And then there's like the kind of center top part is like the same for both. But in Black 2, you start from right to left. I've never noticed that before when playing, or I guess it's been a long time since I played through like Victory Road in Black 2. I've played through the Victory Road portion of White 2 a fair number of times recently. But yeah, I got to Black 2 and I was like trying to go off of memory of like, where am I going? And then I realized I was like, wait, why am I going? I'm going through Victory Road in a different path. And I'd like never noticed that before. It blew my mind. And I don't know if any other Pokemon game has like different Victory Roads depending on the version. I don't even know if Black and White do. If they do, I've never noticed. It's also been a long time since I played through Victory Road on both Black and White. They do have different Victory Roads in Black and White. Okay. I guess that's also, I've never noticed that either when playing through Black and White. Gotcha, I gotcha. All the more reason why it is a crying shame that Generation 5 was so underappreciated when it first came out. Like, they actually put in effort to Black and White and Black 2, White 2. Like, they actually tried to make these games really freaking good. And everyone hated on it for some reason. It is just a shame. Like, these games are so good. If I could have... Well, shoot, I mean, I hope you get a shiny. I would not be salty at all. I think it's awesome. I love hearing about people getting shinies, especially, hanging out watching the stream. I like to believe that it like combines shiny luck, People hanging out watching the stream get a shiny. I feel like it's like charging a spirit bomb, All the shiny power will just come together and eventually merge into some luck for me. There are Stunfisk parties at Striaton. What? What does that even mean? Stunfisk parties? I've never... What does that even mean? Like, I've never heard of that. That's interesting. Striaton. That's where the first gym is in Black and White, right? Just a bunch of Stunfish running around the garden in Stratton City. I'm trying to like recall. Is that something I have seen before and I just forgot about? Or is like my brain trying to convince me that like it sounds familiar? It's just in Black 2, White 2. Maybe I've never seen that. I don't know why. I think my brain's trying to convince me otherwise. Like, oh, that does sound familiar, but no. It's pretty interesting. No, I don't think I've ever seen that. Also, I guess in the same vein, Reversal Mountain is different between Black 2 and White 2. Never noticed that either. Like, obviously, aesthetically, they're different. White 2, it's all lava, and Black 2, there's like water. But like the layout as well is different in Black 2 versus White 2. Which again, I'd never even considered or thought about in the past. I also think the plasma, like the, whatchamacallit, the puzzles and stuff getting through the plasma frigate are different between the versions as well. Because I was going through trying to, because I remembered how it worked in White 2, and I was trying to go through and like find certain like switches or whatever. And I was like, why can I not wear these little switch pads? I was so confused. I was like, what? How do I get through this puzzle? And it was just like finding someone to talk to, as opposed to finding these little switches, which was wild. I was like, even small little negligent things like this, like who cares if the puzzles and the enemy base are different, but like they still made them different for whatever reason, which is super cool. Close to 1K on Riolu. Very nice, very nice. Is that 1K like total encounters or 1,000 total Riolus? They're easy missions because of how much I've done them. My left and right hand are good. Wait, you're doing the FunFest missions 2 games at a time, or? That's wild. I am not coordinated enough in my left hand to play while I'm also playing one with my right. I could not do that, but total encounters. Okay, I got you, I got you. What all Pokemon show up in Challenger's Cave? Other than Riolu, I can't actually think of what Pokemon are in those caves, or in that cave. Is it just like, I don't know, Girder and like Boldor? Just traditional like cave Pokemon, like Swoobats or something? You've done a, oh, don't need a nickname there. Also done 169 resets for Lugia in 4 hours. Okay, I gotcha. Doing level 4 missions, which is impossible to do solo, so I gotta do 2 at a time. Oh wow, that is some crazy multitasking. I don't think I could pull off. I don't think I have the dexterity for that. But yeah, in Challenger's Cave, like what other Pokemon could you potentially get as a shiny? Unless, is it only Riolu in there and I'm just misremembering? Like if you, like you might, you know, if there are other Pokemon in the cave, you might phase and get other Pokemon before you get Riolu. Oh, there's Graveler in there. I guess that is a post-game location in Black and White. So there would be non-Unova Pokemon in there. That's also an area. I can't remember the last time I actually went through Challenger's Cave when playing Black and White. Can't remember. It's been a long time. Ooh, Sableye. Sableye has a nice shiny. That reminds me, I still need to get a shiny Sableye. On Halloween last year, I was soft resetting for Giratina in Platinum, and then my other copy of Platinum, I was doing Q-Charm glitch hunting, trying to find any, like, you know, Pokemon that I could to help fill out the Shiny Living Dex. And I was trying to go for, like, spooky Pokemon, you know, ghosts, dark types, stuff like that. And it took so long to find a freaking shiny Sableye, and I accidentally ran away from it. I think it took me like 2 hours to find that shiny Sableye about. And yeah, accidentally clicked run. I mean, I'll be able to get another one back, but I could not believe I did that. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Did you intentionally turn away from the camera? You're silly. Leo, is Mama making you... What is Mama doing to you out there? Where'd you go? Oh, there he is. There he is. Hello. Hey, buddy. Hello. You want to come here? Come here. So is he? He's just a crazy little noodle. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. What are you doing, little crazy boy, huh? You sad? Why you sad? No, you don't be sad. You have a crazy big brother that you can play with. Alright, doesn't want to play. Is he tired? Did his WALK wear him out? He's tired. Maybe if you would go on a WALK, you would be tired. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that, little boy? That little boy is the only dog I've ever met that does not like going on walks. I just said it once. He'll be fine. Our other dog loves them. My parents' dog loves them. That little guy hates them. Goodness, he hates them. Lickitung Shiny is fine. I mean, it's Lickitung, licky, but like, I guess the Shiny's not bad. Are y'all dancing? Can y'all hear the music? Mama got a lot of energy today. What kind of ideas? You silly goose. You are a silly goose. How'd you manage to do that? You even... For 5 minutes on the walk? It wasn't even... It was like... twilight, like the sun was going down. Jeez, gotta wear a hat or something. Did he pee himself a little bit? I don't think he got me. See, do I know a little bit about fake cartridges and like how to spot them. Boxes and like consoles, not as much, but like when it comes to fake specifically fake DS cartridges, I feel like I have a fairly good eye for them. The fake like GBA, GBC, maybe not quite as much, but yeah, definitely not boxes though. I've never really gone out of my way to try and buy a box for any Pokemon games. I know a lot better how to spot fake boxes for Pokemon cards, not necessarily the games, but like vintage, well, it's really just vintage boxes. I think I have a good eye for what constitutes fake boxes or not. At least from pictures. I've never actually owned vintage, boxes. Never actually gotten to hold any or see any in person. I have some empty ones back there, but those are obviously not the crazy expensive sealed, $40,000 boxes. They're like, $100 for just the empty box. Which honestly, in hindsight, spending $100 for an empty box, maybe a little bit too much money, but to be fair, I did buy them in like 2020, 2021 when everything was going crazy. So you could probably find those empty boxes for a bit less nowadays. But I still think they're very cool to have in the collection, so I don't mind having spent the money on them, especially since they're like from two of my favorite sets that have ever come out. But what were you looking to get? Definitely when it comes to consoles, like, DSs, stuff like that, I don't really know great ways to tell if which I guess in all reality, if the internals of the DS or whatever are original or like, you know, functional. They allow you to do everything you need to do. If it's a reshell, it's just like a normal reshell, fine. That'll, you know, that's whatever. If it's like a reshell that like is supposed to be like a special edition, then it's like, okay, well, that's fake. I don't want to like pay too much money for a fake. I want the real thing. But you know, whatever. I don't think I have it turned on where links can be posted in chat. I generally shy away from having links posted in chat just out of principle, but I gotcha. Just a variety of collecting items. I gotcha. Like when it comes to like special edition DSs or stuff like that, like this one I have right here is the Diamond and Pearl with Dialga and Palkia on it. You know, I'm pretty positive that this is legit. You know, I'm 99% sure this is a legit non-reshelled copy of the Diamond and Pearl Dialga Palkia DS. Am I 100% sure that it's not reshelled? No, I mean, I guess it could be. And it was just incredibly well done, and I just can't tell the difference. But I'm pretty positive it's real. Only for 610 USD. Was it a big collection of stuff? I would imagine so, if you're saying only 600. Huge. It has been... Have I ever bought a huge collection of items? I don't know if I've ever bought like a huge collection of stuff. I've bought a number of cards before, but like that was generally like finding a seller online who had like a wide variety of cards for sale and like working out a deal with them. We're like, hey, I think the biggest order I've ever bought was like, I think I got 40 cards from someone on eBay one time. I just went through and just found that they were like a exclusively Japanese card seller, and I mostly collect Japanese cards. So I just went through their page and like picked out a whole bunch of stuff and was like, hey, would you do these 40 cards for like this price? And we eventually worked out. I think I ended up getting the 40 cards for like on average like $20 to $25 a card. So it did end up costing me like 400 something bucks, I think. That's like the biggest like collection I guess I've ever bought of stuff. But I've never bought a wide assortment of like different kinds of products or toys or whatever. At least not that I bought a lot of stuff in my day, so I might not be remembering everything. Not that I can think of. I know I bought a lot of, and by a lot, I don't mean like a lot in terms of a number. Like I bought a collection of like sealed Pokemon marbles back in the day. I got like 7 of them out of it. So it's not all the marbles, but it's some of them. So like here's the sealed, or not marbles, bouncy ball. I do have marbles, but I meant bouncy balls. Sealed Mew bouncy ball. So you know, it's one of the ones that came with the collection I bought of bouncy balls. And then I do have some sealed marbles as well, but I did not buy those in a collection. I just bought those individually. Sounds like Rai is out there being a bad boy. They are being a crazy mess out there. They are being crazy. All right. Oh, we got 2 females. Can we get? I've never gotten the luck of having all 4 be female, which I think is actually a pretty rare occurrence. Have all 4 hit that 12.5% at the same time. Let's see. Nope. Yep. We got 2 there. I've gotten 3 before. I've had it where 3 of the 4 were female, but we have not hit the elusive 4 female Tepig encounter. Oh, there's Rai. Hello, Rai. And there's Leo. Yeah, I hear y'all. Y'all out there playing. Yes, he did. His favorite thing, where he found my ankle specifically. Oh, Leo, you all tired now? You tuckered out. Oh, yes, he is. He just rolled on over. But actually, earlier today, I bought myself another Nintendo DS. Talking about picking things up. So I've been playing, I guess I don't have an example one. I've been playing through my Black 2 copy, working things out. I've been playing it on just like, one of these old fat silver DSs. I have like 4 of these that are just laying around that I'm not using for anything. And actually I found I enjoy playing games on the classic DS more than the DS Lite. Because, being a grown-up with bigger hands, it's actually more pleasant to play the games with a fatter console, a bigger one. This is just more comfortable to hold. But I want one that's a bit more, I don't know, not fancy per se, but a little touched up. So I did buy a red and black fat DS that has a, brightened screen installed in it. So it's, red on the top, black on the bottom, and then it has brighter screens in it. But Fly, what up, what up? Yeah, we are in fact over the 17K mark. We are here. Unfortunately. But how's it going? But yeah, I was like, I decided to look into it because I was outside on my back porch playing through the game, with the dogs outside. And it was so bright, I couldn't actually see the screen very well. Because the one thing about the classic DS versus the DS Lite is the screen isn't as bright, so it's a little harder to see in certain situations. And so I was like, you know what? I've been playing on this a lot. I like playing on the fatter DSs. I want a brighter screen, so let me see if anyone on eBay is selling one that's modded with a brighter screen. And lo and behold, I found a red and black one. Red and black is my color scheme. I love me some red and black, and so I said, I ended up liking it. They sent out an offer, and I was like, well, snagging that. Grab me what? I think that'll be my 12th DS now. I have 8 original DSs and then 3 DS Lites. I guess I actually have 11 and a half. Yeah, 11 and a half DSs at the moment, because I do have a half of a DS right here. It is like, a GB micro or macro as they call it. Just a classic DS with the top screen chopped off. Yeah, the nice thing about DSs is that they are not very expensive. You can find them online for a pretty good price. Not an expensive console to pick up. Hold on one sec. Get my back worked out here. Ooh. Very occasionally, my back will just get this little knot in it. I'm gonna try and work out somehow, some way. Ryder, you are a little psycho boy, you know that? Yes, he very much knows that. He's like, I am well aware, Dad. Father, I am very much aware of my psychotic tendencies. But while I was looking around for a new DS to to buy, you know, I looked up like, you know, modded Nintendo DS. I was just looking for one with a brighter screen, and I found the one I got. But then I was like, well, I'll look into like some other modded consoles just because, you know, they're kind of fun, and maybe I can find one with a cool custom shell or something. And then I found a Dragonite themed Game Boy Color with, you know, a brighter, you know, a new like fancy screen in it. Brighter screen. I think it has a rechargeable battery instead of just AA's. And yeah, it has like an orange shell with a Dragonite, you know, custom on it. I haven't picked it up yet, but I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted to grab it because it's quite cool. Now, I initially did find one with Suicune on it. It's like a Pokemon Crystal themed one, which I, you know, really liked. And I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna grab this. But then I found the Dragonite one. It's all from the same seller. And I was like, ooh, I don't know which one to get. They're both pretty sweet. And then they also just had a like completely whited out Game Boy Color, which I really like. I think aesthetically it just looks really cool. Like the entire Game Boy is just like just bright matte white. And I just think it looks really cool. Okay, come on, White 2. What are we doing? Where do you usually buy your... All over the place. I used to buy a lot more on eBay and Mercari. Mercari is one that I used a decent bit too. I used to live on eBay and Mercari. Oh my goodness. I was on there constantly looking for stuff. But then recently I haven't been buying from them as much. Recently I just buy a lot of stuff from my local card store whenever I want cards. I'll occasionally pick up something on like eBay, but... Oh, were you asking about like the shelves? Not the actual like stuff within the collection itself, but like the shelving? Is that what you're asking about? But I got these shelves from like Target. Nowhere too fancy. As I was in Target one day and I saw them and I was like, oh, those will kind of work with what I'm thinking of for my collection. And yeah, grab the basic white cabinets from there. Target's not a thing in Sweden, huh? Is there like a Swedish equivalent? Or is that just IKEA? Dollar store? Gotcha. I actually went to my first IKEA recently. I'd never been to one before. We were visiting Emily's mom, their parents, family. Mom and brother over a weekend, and they were like, oh, we should go to IKEA, and I've never been, so went and checked that out, and that was pretty neat. It was a pretty fun time. Got some food, got some of the meatballs, pretty solid. Actually ended up buying myself a little like tray table caddy kind of thing for my computer. So my computer was just sitting on the floor on the carpet, but I got this little rolly caddy thing that, it just sits on there and I can move it around. It keeps it off the ground and I can wheel it around real easily. Oh, yeesh. Darn. Could you like order stuff online from IKEA? I imagine delivery would be more simple. maybe. They had some pretty neat, kind of crazy desks there. That was really the only section of the store that I was much interested in. You know, we're going through IKEA, and most of the places I was like, none of this stuff really speaks to me. But then we got to the office section with the office chairs and the desks and stuff, and that was where I was like, ooh, this is fun. This is cool. And yeah, they had some crazy like standing desks and stuff like that. But speaking of, I think I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna have a standing desk myself. I'm gonna stand up. I think my back needs it. My back's kind of feeling a little tight right now. Good. On my cords, just don't want anything to get unplugged. All right, I think I'm good to go. This microphone up a little bit. You hear? Okay, throw off this reset. Yeah, I've had this thing for... When did I get this desk? Did I get this desk when I first moved into this place? I don't remember having it. Did I have another desk in here? I really don't remember. What did I have in here before this desk? Why can I not? Did I not have anything in here? I cannot remember. Maybe I've had this desk the entire time I've lived here. I can't remember. If I had anything before, but I don't use the standing feature as much as I should. And considering I bought it for the standing feature and I have a bad back, I should definitely utilize it more, but I kind of forget about it sometimes. I just get in the zone and realize, hey, I should probably just stand up. Maybe that'd be good for me. But hey, and then when it's standing, you can see the top of the shelves a little bit better. There's not too much up there compared to what you can see down below, but yeah, there's some stuff. I got some posters behind me. They can't really see when I'm sitting down. And you got some extra stuff back here. You know, I bought a little Master Ball plush recently from Target. I was like, picked one of those up. I had one of them forever ago. I had a Master Ball plush in college that I ended up losing, so saw that and was like, hey, I should reclaim the little plushie. I lost the last one. Gotta do some stretches, keep my neck and my back limber and loose. Also, I need to do like a little squat to get my knees a little loosened up. So I will be going down for a second. I will be right back. Oh, it wasn't just my knee. I felt my like hip and lower back pop when I went down like that. That was much needed. I feel a lot better, but I had to get that done real quick. It's the one of the big downsides of working a desk job for 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, and then transitioning to a hobby like this where I'm also kind of sitting a lot, I unfortunately do end up with some back problems, some back pain, which I have well documented here when streaming, so I guess I won't harp on it too much. And my back problems are well established here. But hey, I've been going to the gym more recently. I went to see a physical therapist about some lower back issues that have been bothering me for a while. Got some fancy stretches to do, and see, hopefully I can get everything worked out, feel better. You can clean my glasses real quick. Got some puppy slobber on there. When Leo came in here to visit, glasses a little bit dirty. Better. Oh goodness. When wearing glasses, sometimes you just don't realize that they've gotten dirty and that you can't see quite as well. You just kind of, I guess you go a little blind to it. You can just kind of ignore it, forget about it. But then you finally clean your glasses and get them nice and clear. It's like seeing a whole new world. And then whenever I can actually get myself to wear my contacts, it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing where I don't wear them too often because of how my eyes kind of dry out when I have contacts in. But whenever I do decide to put them on and actually go somewhere with them, it's just like, one, my depth perception like changes, or like, I don't know if maybe it's not my depth perception. The fact that I can see out of my peripherals fine, you know, when you have glasses on, like, you don't really think about it, but like your peripherals are always blurry, you know, it's what's directly in front of you that you can actually see. So when I actually do wear my contacts, it's like a weird sensation at first where it's like, oh hey, everything around my vision is clear, not just directly in front of me. I still remember when I first got glasses way back in like 2nd grade. I didn't even realize, you know, you don't realize that your vision's messed up until someone tells you like, hey, I don't think you can see very well. And then you get glasses and you're like, wow, this is what it's like to see correctly. I still remember being in that, you know, eyeglass store, and they got my prescription, you know, got the lenses made, the frame, all that, and they gave it to me. I remember putting my glasses on for the first time, looking around like, holy shit. Obviously I was 7, so I didn't literally think holy shit, but I was just looking at things like, wow, this is what the world is supposed to look like. This is insane. And magically, all of a sudden, you know, before my glasses, I was not a very good student. I didn't do the greatest at school. I mean, I was, you know, average, you know, C's, B's. And then turns out it was because I couldn't see correctly, so I didn't know what was going on the board. And you know, being a child, you don't even think about it. So I didn't tell anyone. I think I don't know how they eventually realized I couldn't see properly. But yeah, and then I got glasses, and what do you know? I was an all-A student for the rest of school, at least until college. College started kicking my ass. Went from high school being like all A's or bust. If I don't get all A's, my life is ruined, to college. I was like, as long as I pass, I don't really care. I just want to get out of here. All right, Tepig, come on now. it is just, we are due a freaking shiny. We are due it. I'm tired of not having the pig. And I'm thinking, looking at where we are with the time and how many encounters we're on, I'm going to go until 17,300. If we don't get a Tepig by 17,300, we're going to call it an evening. And I'll be back later on. By later on, I mean like next Monday. Back here looking for the pig again. But on Friday, I will stream, but I'll be doing Kaizo Ironmon instead of shiny hunting. So Friday's a little break up from the shiny hunting streams. But we will be back looking for Tepig nonetheless. Again, assuming we don't get it in the next 32 encounters. Which I kind of just thought about it actually, because I'm sitting over here looking at the time like, yeah, probably want to call it a day in a little bit, so you know I can kind of unwind, get ready for bed, all that. So you got to work tomorrow, getting a little later, but like it's 8 p.m. Like it's not really that late in the grand scheme of things. But I just did kind of think about Akuma. You're in Sweden. What time is it? Is it like 7 or not 7? Is it like 2 a.m., 3 a.m.? I just thought about that. I was like, oh, it's getting kind of late. But then I was like, started doing the math in my head. I was like, Sweden time zones. I was like, what time is that? Like 2, 3 in the morning? Unfortunately, I am old. Staying up. I do occasionally stay up late. You know, I'm not always going to bed super early. I do occasionally stay up. But if I do stay up until like 2 or 3 sometimes, it kills me. Absolutely kills me. But Amako, yeah. Did I intentionally leave us off on 69 out of 649? Kind of. I wasn't trying to get there, but then like the stream was ending. I was looking for stuff and I was like, you know what? If I get a shiny here, it'll put us at 69 and we'll keep it there for a minute until I decide to start adding on some more shinies to the decks. You actually are. You genuinely are. No one... Well, I guess like when I was streaming and we got to this point, I don't know if anyone actually pointed it out. I might have pointed it out myself. But I think you might actually be the first person in chat to point out that we are at 69 shinies so far. I was trying to make it so that our 69th shiny was... I wanted it to be Gloom, because, you know, Gloom. You know what Gloom looks like. But unfortunately, getting to Gloom, I just didn't have the time for. But then I thought about Lickitung, and there was a route I could easily get to try and get a shiny Lickitung. I was like, that'll be perfect. You know, Lickitung, shiny number 69, haha, so funny. Well, I got a Meryl instead, so... Shiny, little green Meryl was out. Actually, is Meryl green? Yeah, shiny Meryl's green. I think Azumarill's gold. Yeah, Meryl's green. So yeah, little terrified, petrified Pokemon Platinum green Meryl was our 69th shiny. Wanted it to be Lickitung. I guess I technically could have just not caught the Meryl and then moved on to try and get a Lickitung, but I was like, whatever. Stream was running a little long. I was running out of time, so just had to call it quits there. Hopefully, I get a freaking shiny Tepig here, and we can move on to 70. Red Fox, what up, what up? How's it going? Oh, I'm not just imagining it. I am living it. I am double over odds, which this is the first time I've ever been double over odds on a shiny hunt like this. I might have done double over odds on other things in the past, but a full odds hunt like this, never, and I've never even been remotely this far into a hunt before. I've never been this close to a 20K. But I'm doing pretty solid. I'm doing pretty solid. Today was another solid day at work, but wasn't like the worst ever. You know, I had a bit to do kind of in the afternoon, a lot of stuff to get settled, but wasn't bad. Today's been pretty solid. It's a nice day out, so pretty enjoyable. I hope you're right. I hope you are right. But I don't know if we'll have 5 minutes. I am going to call it a day at 17,300, but next 12 encounters, you know. Hopefully we can make it happen then. Potentially call it a day. I will say I am easily swayed. Chat can sway me to continue on. You just bat your eyelashes enough. I might cave in and be like, you know what? Fine, we'll keep going. But that reminds me, when I was back hunting Shiny Squirtle in Fire Red Leaf Green, it was the second time I'd actually gone live to hunt for the Squirtle. Someone came into chat and was like, dang, hunting at full odds in these games, you know this is going to take forever, right? And 3 minutes later, I got the Shiny at like 400 total encounters. So I've actually found that people coming in telling me negative things results in Shiny luck, which is a bit backwards, but that is how it seems to work out. Crut, what up, what up? We'll get it before 20K. I thought we were going to get it before 10K, so I would definitely like to believe 20K will be too much, but shoot. Tepig just keeps proving me wrong time and time again. Once we hit 10K, I was like, there's no way we'll get to 15K. And then we got to 15K. Like I was saying earlier, hopefully I'm not the improbable, unlucky person who goes 100K deep on a shiny hunt. I was watching a YouTube video and they mentioned someone, I think it was Supreme Arcanines was hunting for like Registeel or something in Platinum and got to like 70,000 resets or encounters or something before getting the shiny. So, you know, there's always the possibility we're still here for an eternity longer, but I certainly hope not. Oh, that's right, Crut. I forgot you cursed me with that. Cursed me with becoming famous for not getting the shiny pig. But yeah, having 4 DSs is very clutch. For the first 5 months of this hunt, I was only doing 2 DSs. So, you know, my total number of encounters have skyrocketed the last like 2 months that I've haven't been having 4 in my disposal. I guess it's been a little more than 2 months, maybe like 2.5, 3-ish. But still, it took me like 5 months to get to 8,000. You know, to get 2 odds took me about 5 months. But then to get twice over odds, it took me 2.5 months, maybe. Which makes sense. I've doubled the amount of encounters I'm getting per reset, so it would make sense it would be twice as fast. I mean, I guess if that's what it takes, if I gotta suffer some to succeed, why not? Why not? It does make me feel a little guilty for like doing non-shiny hunting streams, because it's like, well, I could just be hunting right now. Maybe I get the Tepig and we move on, but I don't know. I've been really enjoying Kaizo Ironmon. I think that's really fun, so I'm gonna keep that as the Friday streams for us. Ryan, Ryan, how's it going? Been a minute. Yeah, you got that new job. You're live. You got the job. Internet and the Bigfoot was just not good for live stream. I got you. You're all good. You're all good. But what's up? How's that new job going? And that big move across country. Assuming you're, you know, with the internet, if you're able to to make out what I'm saying. So far, so good. Survived 2 days of paperwork and training. Just gone. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, the opening days paperwork and training. That's always a grand old time with a new job. I mean, to be honest, doing the paperwork and training is a lot of, it's not stressful, you know, it's just kind of tedious and can be a little, you know, annoying, but sometimes it can be a little nice. Just you're working, you're getting paid, but at the same time, you're not really having to do anything. So, you know, it's a little nice for a second. I gotcha. I gotcha. I guess what, you got a whole bunch of land that you're on? Oh, that's true. Insurance. Yeah, I've never been in a union job. Jeez, 5 acres. That is nice. I think the lot that my house is on, you know, I'm just renting this house, but still, the house that I'm living in currently, I think the lot that it's on is so small, it's measured not in acres, but in like square footage. I think it's like, I don't know, 2,500 square feet. Like it is a very small lot. Like it is. The house takes up the majority of the lot. It is not very big, so my neighbors are right on top of me. Just something I would like to change whenever we eventually do buy a house. I want more space around me. Probably not 5 acres in the woods. I'm not trying that, but you know, like half an acre. 1 acre, 1 acre would be cool. Having a decent bit of land, like mainly just like a really big backyard. That'd be really nice. All right, sounds good, Ryan. Thanks for stopping on in. Always appreciate it. And good luck with everything. Hope it all continues to go well for you. Yeah, of course, yeah. See you later. All right, I guess I went past my, I'm going to stop at 17,300. Went a little bit past my number that I'd set on myself, but what's new? Probably at this point, I'll just commit to going for another 15 minutes or so, however far we get in that time period. Just get to about 2 hours of streaming. I really need to get a haircut. I have way too much hair. I normally do not have even remotely this much. Normally I am like completely shaved on the sides through the back. Like having this much hair is too much for me. Been trying to grow it out though. I thought the way I had my hair was fine. I didn't like hate it. I didn't love it either. I used to have it a different way. Like it's still kind of trimmed up and really, you know, tight along the sides and back, but there was more on top, but it kind of over time just got formed a little bit differently by different hairstylists, you know, different barbers, and then eventually it just became like this really short, you know, faded up kind of thing. And I wanted a bit longer, wanted the top a bit longer, but it was so short. I was like, well, if I want the top longer and I wanted to, you know, I want to have as much available to me whenever I get a haircut so that I can work it into what I want. I'm gonna have to grow my hair out for a minute, so haven't gotten a haircut in... How long has it been since I last got a haircut? 4 months, maybe? 5 months, potentially? I don't know, but I think sometime in early April, I think is when I'm going to call it and just attempt... I'm going to attempt to see if I have enough hair to pull off what I am trying to go back to. I'm going to go to a, you know, a really good hairstylist to try and get that hair done. Which I'm doing all this for my wedding that's in October. I'm trying to get back into a better, little bit of a better hairstyle for me. So I look good in the wedding pictures. I also need to pick up some stuff. I've been meaning to buy some stuff to like potentially, hopefully help me grow out my beard a little bit better. I have this big old patch over here on the side. I guess it kind of bleeds into the bottom here too. But I thought I saw something that would hopefully help me try and grow something in here a little bit. Because like, I'm good on the right side. I don't really have a patch like that. I have a little patch down here, but it's not nearly as noticeable. So I need to buy that so I can start working on filling this out a bit better. Unfortunately, I was blessed with the patchy beard. Do not come from a line of hairy dudes. My dad, you know, all my male relatives, you know, my dad's side are not very hairy people, so I didn't actually start growing a beard at all. I didn't start growing facial hair until I was like halfway through college. I started growing a little bit of it. Like I'm talking like, I think it was just over here on the right side. Starting like my sophomore year of college, I started growing a little bit of like a sideburn kind of over on this side. And that was it for the longest time. Like I just had to shave that because that was like all I was growing in. And then eventually, you know, it took some time, but I started growing more all around my face, but not very full or thick, you know. Bum, 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 bum. I think I messed that up completely. Whoops. All right. I'm going to get these 4 Tepigs looked at real quick, and I'm going to use the bathroom. I got to go. All right, Piggy, little piggy, please shine. Oh my lord, please shine. Nope. Okay, gotta go to the bathroom. Hath returned. Hath returned. Oh. That is the second time I've gotten one of these recently. Yeah, that's the second time I've gotten one of those as of late. Just got to drop the block and move on. Which I think I did. I'm still kind of new to Twitch, so I think I did block them correctly, right? Yeah. Should probably report them too. Oh, that. Spam. There we go. Bots. Oh, why do I have to include a timestamp? Never mind. Okay, that's just a waste of time. I'll just leave it where it is. Oh. How do I ban? I only see an option for block and report. How do I ban? I don't even see a ban option. Like, it didn't even give me an option to ban. Weird. Oh, I didn't even see that. I did not even see that. Well, then I guess that means the account that did that the other day, they just got away with a block. I did not even see that ban button right there. Thank you much for the help. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, probably the accounts don't stick around for very long. The one name on the Tepig up there, I don't even know what all those characters are, but that's... I accidentally was just spamming through the nickname little portion right there. Oh, goodness me. Alright, so I'm going to go for 4 more minutes, see how many more encounters we can get out of here before the 2-hour mark. Don Gaming, what up, what up? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. We'll see how many more encounters we can get here in the next few minutes. See if we can grab us a little shiny pig here towards the end of the night. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I certainly hope I get the pig as well. I'm certainly hopeful. But I have been hopeful for quite some time. Quite some time. But hey, we never give up. Never gonna give up. I think in my last stream I did say, oh, if I get to 30,000 encounters, I might just move on and start doing Masuda methoding instead. I think I'm just hoping I don't get to 30k, but no, I can't actually give up. Like, I'll talk and be like, oh, at 30k, I'll just move on and start my pseudo methoding for it, but nah. I'm just gonna have to keep going. Tepig's your favorite starter. Very nice, very nice. Unfortunately, a controversial opinion nowadays. A lot of people are not a fan of Tepig in the whole line. It's not my favorite starter. I really like it. It's my favorite starter from these games. My favorite starter is Mudkip, but I'll never understand all the hate that the Tepig line gets. I think it's quite crazy. Like, I think it's purely because it's the third firefighting starter in a row. Like, I think that is entirely it. Which is like, one, okay, yeah, it kind of is weird that they made 3 firefighting starters in a row, but like, that's not Embor's fault. It's not Tepig's fault. Embor's design. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I like him. I mean, I am really swayed towards Embor's shiny. I think Embor has one of the best shinies out there, but I think it was a fun design. I mean, most middle stage starters are not like great anyways. A lot of them are really awkward. So, and Pignite's just a little chunky porky boy, but like, I enjoy the line. It would have been cool if Embor was like a fire ground type, maybe, instead. Or like fire, what else would go with fire? Well, because, you know, they eventually did they broke the mold with Fennekin, obviously, and the Delphox going with the Psychotype and everything. Incineroar kind of looked like it was going to be a firefighting type, but then they did that one Fire Dark. I could see Embor working as Fire Dark as well. Especially since they didn't give it too much to take advantage of its fighting type. Like, I'm pretty sure it gets like not as many, or at least it used to. It maybe in newer games it's better, but I know it didn't get like the best fighting type moves for a while. Hopefully they improved that. But let us see. Do we have a Tepig, shiny Tepig right here in these last 2 encounters for black and white here at the end of the day, right past the 2-hour mark? Got anything at all? Of course not. Of course not. Well, as much as I would love to keep going, as much as I would love to... Screw it. Screw it. It's not going to take that long. I'll go up to 17,400. I don't like ending on weird numbers. I like ending on very whole, even numbers. If it was possible for us to end at 17,350, I would have done that. But like, because of the intervals of 4 wasn't going to be a thing, I'll just go to 17,400. I will just suck it up and go for, I don't know, 10, 15 more minutes. You know what? 18,000. Yeah. If I had the time, I would do it. But unfortunately, I got to go to bed eventually for my job. It's very sad. I do indeed have to work. I have done a 12-hour stream before. I did do a 12-hour stream looking for shiny Tepig. Obviously, we did not get it in 12 hours, which was ridiculous. I think I got 2,400 something encounters in during that 12 hours. But outside of that, I think I've streamed for close to 5 before on a whim, but I typically try and keep it between 2 and 2.5 hours per stream. Because that's mainly about the 2.5 hours, about the time when I like hit the wall of energy. It seems like, and my throat starts getting a little raspy. So 2 to 2.5 tends to be a sweet spot for me. But yeah, Pokemon Day is tomorrow. Quite looking forward to that. Gonna be a big day. Gonna be some big news, I bet. Very exciting reveals for Legends ZA. I wouldn't really say I have any predictions for the game, you know, new megas, anything like that. I just hope everyone has fun. I hope everyone has a good time. I just hope we all enjoy it. I hope it looks good. I hope the game just looks good. I hope it looks like it runs good. I hope it has a cool premise. You know, if they reveal some crazy megas, awesome. That'll be great by me, but if not, that's fine too. It could be. I guess they could always, you know, they gave Oshawott the new form in Legends Arceus, so definitely Tepig could be the fire starter. That is definitely possible. I get the feeling if I were to choose 3 starters from out the generations that I feel like should get like a new form or something, some kind of love going into this new game, you know, they gave Cyndaquil a new evolution. You know, they got Hisuian Typhlosion in Legends Arceus. I think Chikorita really deserves something. I think giving a Colosian, however you would call it, Meganium in Legends ZA would be nice. I personally prefer, you know, Feraligatr is my favorite of the 3. I do like Totodile a lot, but I feel like Feraligatr is the one that least needs it. I feel like Feraligatr has always been fairly solid, you know, because it gets good moves like Dragon Dance and has decent abilities, or good abilities, not even just decent, like Sheer Force. But yeah, I think Meganium really needs it. And then for water, who would need it for water? I already got Oshawott. Obviously, Squirtle, no. They wouldn't do Totodile if they also do Chikorita. Wouldn't do Mudkip. Maybe Piplup? I've already done Oshawott. They're not going to do Greninja. Possibly Poplio, because I guess they did do Rowlet. So I guess it could. I would say it would be Piplup or Poplio most likely. I would bet Piplup. I would say Piplup. And then for the fire ones, I really don't think Chimchar needs it. So Tepig would be a solid choice, unless they were to give it to like Fennekin for some reason. That's the only other one I could think of. It'd be Tepig or Fennekin. If they go along that same kind of pattern they did for Legends Arceus, where they choose a different starter from each generation for the like types. I need... Gotta stretch a second. Sorry. Back was getting a little tense there. So yeah, I guess if my hopes of the 3 would be Chikorita, Tepig. I would say Piplup, but like I feel like they would go with Poplio actually. Because Incineroar is already just an incredibly good Pokemon, you know, best VGC Pokemon of all time. They gave Decidueye a Hisuian form in Legends Arceus, so I could see them giving a Poplio something for Legends ZA. So no Piplup. I think Piplup, that whole line's already pretty popular, so I don't think they really need it. Or we could all be wrong and they just give us the Kalos starters all over again. maybe it's as simple as, oh, you just get to choose between Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie again. Maybe that is simply it. But like now with new forms. Although, does Greninja really need another new form? It got Ash Greninja. Like, you know, we got Battle Bond. I don't know if it really needs something else, but Greninja kind of is like the new age Charizard in a way. Now, new age, Greninja is a 12-year-old Pokemon. It's been around for a minute, but of all the starters released from Gen 6 onward, Greninja is probably the most popular. Pikachu gets a Mega. I don't see that happening, but it would be something. That would be something indeed. Because, well, I guess what? Pikachu got its own special Z move. It got its own Gigantamax form. I mean, I guess, shoot. I guess it could give it a Mega. Be the first non-fully evolved Pokemon that could Mega. I think it would be really interesting if they introduced a regional variant Pikachu. Not a Pika clone like, Dedenne or the Emolga, Pachirisu, all that. Like a legitimate, Colosian Pikachu. Like it's got a different design or something like that. I'm gonna sit back down for a second for the ending of the stream here. Getting a little tired of standing up. I'll sit back and relax here for the last 20 encounters we got. All right, multitask and check out the Pokemon while I lower the desk. My only thing is, with it being the mascot, I don't know if they would give it a new regional form like that, just because it kind of messes with the singular entity that is Pikachu, By making Pika clones, they're kind of like regional variants of Pikachu in a way, going with all the Pika clones, but you're not overtly overshadowing or overdoing Pikachu. So maybe not. Maybe they wouldn't do a regional variant, but I think it would be kind of interesting. Shake things up. Give us a second mascot. Give us Pikachu 2.0. Which I guess that's technically Eevee. I think you could look at Eevee as a technical second mascot in that same regard, considering how they treat Eevee. That kind of is the Pikachu 2.0. Yeah, I kind of feel like Charizard Z is just an inevitability. I feel like it's going to happen. Maybe they prove us wrong, but I kind of feel like it's just got to be a thing. Unless they've just finally acknowledged, hey, we're giving Charizard too much love. Maybe we'll tone it down and no Zard Z, but I feel like it's got to happen. You gave us Charizard X and Charizard Y. There's got to be a Z. True. Yeah, true. Yeah, you can't do Zard Z and not do a Mewtwo Z, considering they both got X and Ys, so. But maybe that would be the reason they don't do either of them. Maybe, they don't want to give both of them Mega Zs, so, they just choose not to give either of them one. Be interesting to see. Alrighty, 8 more encounters on the night here until we get to 17,400 Tepigs. Oh my goodness me. How ridiculous. How Absolutely absurd. Alrighty, black 2, white 2, got anything for me? This would be a negative. Black 2, white 2, y'all have kind of let me down for 8 months now, so I'm I really am relying on black and white down here. I get the feeling black and white will be the secret key. Oh, that one up there did not want to reset. We've been giving black 2, white 2 a shot for a long time, and they have not wanted to cooperate, so maybe it is black and white who will be our savior. Because I haven't had black and white down here as the other 2 games from, from most of the hunt. Most of the time it was either, a copy of black 2, white 2, just 2 games. Then when I upgraded to the 4 game setup, I had 2 copies of black and 2 and white 2, so 4 total between black 2 and white 2. But then I wanted to progress my copy of black 2 along so that I could actually play the game and get to a point where I could do breeding with student method hunting and all that. So since I only had 4 copies total of the games, I had to substitute in 2 copies of black and white to complete the quartet. Think Pokemon Presents will start with a mobile game first? Probably. That's probably a good bet. Probably a good bet. But shocking as always. Say that completely sarcastically. It's never shocking. We end yet another stream, yet another night without the shiny pig. What can I say other than thanks to everyone for coming on out. Thanks for keeping me occupied, keeping me entertained, chatting with me while I sit here and do this. Hopefully this will come to an end soon and we can freaking get the yellow pig. But I'll be back on Friday with some Kaizo Ironmon, and then we'll be back next Monday for more shiny hunting for this Tepig. And I hope to see you all then.